Rahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today I will be very briefly discussing with you two types of changes which takes place in the cell during reversible cell injury. First one is hydropic swelling. Students, you all know hydropic swelling is abnormal accumulation of water inside the cell which leads to dilatation or hypertrophy or swelling of the cell. Okay. Number two is intracellular accumulation. Students, these accumulations are the result of abnormal byproducts or accumulation of normal byproducts of lipid, protein and carbohydrate metabolism, as well as different types of pigments inside the cells. Students, you can see in this diagram that intracellular accumulation are of two types: metabolic products as well as pigments. In metabolic products, first of all, lipid metabolism byproducts, fatty acids. The accumulation of fatty acids inside the cell is called steatosis. This abnormal accumulation of fatty acids may take place inside the liver cells, heart cells, muscle cells and kidneys. Students, second type of lipid metabolism byproduct accumulation is cholesterol. Cholesterol clusters may accumulate inside the blood vessels, which leads to atherosclerosis. And number two condition is xanthomas. Students, xanthoma means accumulation of cholesterol under the skin. Second one is carbohydrate metabolism byproduct. Student, as a result of abnormal carbohydrate metabolism, there is accumulation of glycogen and glucose inside the cell, which leads to diabetes mellitus. Second disease is glycogen storage disease. Now we move towards, students, protein metabolism. Now the protein metabolic byproducts, they include accumulation of resorption droplets in the renal tubules. Second condition, which is because of protein metabolism accumulation, is multiple myeloma. In multiple myeloma, students, Russell bodies, they accumulate inside the cells. Alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency. It is inborn or genetic error. Number fourth one is amyloidosis. It is accumulation of protein metabolic byproducts in different parts of the body, especially in the lungs. Students, the other type of accumulations inside the cell are pigments. Two types of pigments are present. Endogenous pigments, which means those pigments which are produced inside the body. They include melanin pigment. This is accumulation of melanin pigment inside the skin cell layers. It leads to hyperpigmentation of the skin if there is overaccumulation of melanin. Number two is lipofuscin. Students, number third clinical condition is hemosiderin. It is collection of abnormal amount of iron inside the cells. And number fourth is bilirubin. It is the byproduct of hemoglobin breakdown, which accumulates inside the cell and it leads to jaundice. Exogenous pigments include coal dust particles, and this clinical condition is called coal workers pneumoconiosis. Second clinical type is anthracosis. Students, both of these are dust diseases in which pigments accumulate inside the lung parenchymal cells. So it was brief about different types of accumulations inside the cells. Thank you, students. Allah Hafiz.